welcome to College Hoops on SimWorld TV, more specifically Big Ten on SimWorld TV. It is your boy, Maestro, joined in the booth by my number one draft pick power forward, clocking in at 7'7.5". Rico, how you feeling today, fam?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, and it's always great to be in the booth calling college basketball games.
Absolutely, and you know, the Big Ten has been one of those conferences this season that has been upside is down, downside is up. We have Wisconsin and Indiana here in Bloomington at the Simon Stud Assembly Hall. Love Bloomington, love Mother's Fried Chicken. We're going to talk about that later. I don't want to get distracted. I got to focus right now. Wisconsin win of their last 5 games, leading the conference, though they have a worse record than Indiana, who is right now number 6 in the Big Ten Conference. So upside down, downside is up. And let's get our starting lineups out of the way here. With Wisconsin, we have Donovan Bird-Culver, Jamario Crown Whittier, Drake Harwell, Premier Johnson, and Daquan McDougal III. Indiana is bringing up on the floor here Keontae Dior, Mackenzie Mbaku, lottery pick. Ooh, that sounds familiar. I won't refer to anything else other than that. Antonio Reese, Brian Fighter, and Sheil Wintington. Who are you looking for, and what are you looking for today, Rico, in terms of how this game is going to play out?
Yeah, I think Mbaku is a player that I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously, talking a lot about SWBA stuff, and so I just want to see, hey, is he lottery worthy? So I do want to see that. And just want to see some good basketball.
So one thing we can say is both coaches, Mike Woodson for Indiana definitely has SWBA experience, and he definitely brings that to the table. We know he's able to train and coach up his players to be ready for that level. And on the other side there, long-standing coach of Wisconsin, Greg Gard. Both are defensive-minded coaches, as we see often in the Big Ten. Teams tend to be more defensive-oriented, and it's kind of curious. I am curious to see, Rico, how it's going to play out here today.
Yeah, I am too, Buck. And you got one team that likes to operate off pace and space, and then you got one team that likes to be deliberately offensively. And so it's always about just which team is going to impose its will. And so I think that is also one of the things that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Absolutely. And here in on the action here, Indiana up 5-4 early, 18 minutes to go in the first half, first 2 minutes into the game. We've already seen some of that, some very good possessions, good ball movement going around. Side out here for Wisconsin. Who do you feel, since we're on this particular point here, who do you feel, Rico, that each team is going to lean on today to give them what they need offensively?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it obviously starts with Indiana and their lottery pick there in Mbaku. So I think that they're certainly going to lean heavily on him to lead the way. And then when you look at just Wisconsin and, you know, their team, I think that probably you're going to see a lot of emphasis there on Jamario today at the center position. I think that he's going to have to carry a heavy burden for this team.
Absolutely, and a good deep down 3 here. Indiana goes up 8-4. Wisconsin is trapping early up on their defense there. They were definitely trying to keep Antonio Reese in check, which means they don't want the ball in his hands for good reason. They're going to have to find a way to stay in this game, and that's now they're moving the ball around the floor.
Yeah, it's good to get it. Oh, you got it.
Oh, go right ahead, Rico.
Yeah, I was going to be saying it's just some good ball movement right now, so it's just a nice flow to the team, or both teams.
Absolutely. Long through again, iron on time, rebound there by Keontae Dior. Indiana puts the ball to the floor. Again, corner 2, and it is good. Mackenzie Mbaku gets it done, puts it down, early timeout. Some very brilliant and good-looking person had Mackenzie Mbaku as their number 1 pick in the draft. I can't remember who that was, but that's really going to be nice to see.
See the game, be the game.
welcome back after that first time out and the awkward out. Rico, please finish the call for us there, man.
No, I was just going to say, you can just tell the confidence as soon as he let it fly, he was going down. So I think that that's really one of the things that sticks out with these long picks is they just bring a ton of confidence.
Nothing to lose, right? Always know what he's going to do. So, early here lead, Indiana at home. Home crowd's already into it. That's what definitely we want to see happen. What, from this early march on 4 minutes into the game, a little less than 5 minutes into the game, what do you think Wisconsin needs to do to get themselves settled?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is not turn the basketball over. And next, the zone that they're running is extremely loose. They got to tighten up the screws on the zone.
Still by B.J. Jones, team captain, and one thing that you always love to say, the breakaway three. Iron is high. Extends Indiana lead 14-4. Ooh, good movement too. And we have a reach and foul. Winterton, I believe his first. It is apparent that Indiana is going to be aggressive going to the paint as Wisconsin now looking to reset their offense. They only have 4 points in the day, need to get their scoring up early.
Yeah, that was a good move right there. That was a good tap to the zone because it's very soft at the top there. But yeah, I just think that they got to kind of slow down a little bit this Wisconsin and just kind of make things very deliberate on the offensive end.
Indiana showing the ball movement very top of the arc. Just switch there on defense. Another switch. The long three. Iron on time. Rebound by Indiana. Put back in by Antonio Reese. Extending the lead of Indiana 16-6. Wisconsin bringing the ball back up the floor. Looking for spaces again. Very deliberate in their offense. One ball defense shown by Indiana there. And again, once again, moving to the paint. Drake Harwell showing what it takes to get it done. If they're going to give him that midi shot, he's going to take it all day.
Yeah, I can see that Indiana is just not being very aggressive at the top of that defense, and it's kind of like a little bit of a junk or the trash in the back line, and it just seems that it's all looks back there, so it's not like a whole bunch of just resistance.
Yes, and if this lead gets too much further, Rico, I agree with you completely. If this lead gets too much further, Wisconsin's going to have to get out of character and maybe get a little bit more aggressive than they might be comfortable with as they've shown us this particular season.
Yeah, they're only down 8 at this point, so I think they got plenty enough time here as long as they get a stop.
Absolutely. Indiana with the ball, run off the kick. Oh, good pass with the alley and the hoop is finished. The dunk by Shield Winterton from the great alley-oop pass coming from his teammate there, Antonio Beard. What a play, what a move. That's something that's going to make the highlights later.
Nice play.
Long three, Iron on time, coming down with the rebound. Antonio Reese, always his hands on the ball, looking to push. Indiana resets their offense. Push down to the midi into traffic. Oh, right to the lane and the ups there. McKenzie and Barkley once again. This is the suspected alleged lottery pick also again. Pick number 1 in the SWBA draft by someone who's brilliant and beautiful, but that's another story. Strong move inside Wisconsin's Mario Crown Wagner, showing that they're and an early trap at the top, but once again to get the ball out of the hands of Brian Winter, they did not want to give him a chance to get another butt. Oh, left underneath. He did not realize it at first. Great finish there by Keontae Jor, recognizing where he was. No one was with him. I think he was a little surprised there, Rico, like, oh, I'm by myself. Oh, wait a minute, I can score, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely that was a nice pass inside, and it just goes to just the issues that we're seeing with Wisconsin. They're just not executing some of the schemes on the defensive end.
And Indiana is living on the boards, doing what they need to do to limit the opportunities for Wisconsin. And as another shot there, Iron on time there for Mbaku as Wisconsin pushes the ball right back up. They're finding a way to get into their offense a little bit sooner. That shot seems a little bit out of character, but once again, look at what Indiana does. They rush you up. If the opportunity is there, then they throw it down into their patented half-court offense. Very deliberate, as we pointed out earlier there, Rico.
Yeah, I think that you pointed out the point that they're getting to the boards. They're limiting the opportunities that Wisconsin is getting. They're maximizing their possessions. And it just seems like right now it's all Indiana, just with the way that they've been opposing the way in this game.
Again, great pass into the paint and a strong finish, rocking the rim. That's what Wisconsin probably needs, that with more energy than anything else. Indiana moving the ball back up the floor. Wonderful pass, and once again, misconception, misperception, missed everything, missed that body, and an easy dunk again for Indiana as we get another timeout. Indiana up 24-12. We will come right back after this timeout break.
Be sure to check out Rico on Clutch Time every Tuesday on SimWorld TV at 2 o'clock.
Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold you down. Y'all know. So G-Dep, tell me a little something. Should I record? Y'all know how I go down, right?
You really want it, you can have it, dawg. If you really want it, you can have it, dawg. If you really want it, you can have it.
The path to success is a long one. Sometimes it seems I'm crawling slowly up the wrong one. At times I wonder if it's really supposed to be. I hear a voice say, JB, run the music industry. New century, I'm froze up because the game is on. Close to my partners that rest in peace of those who staying strong. I'm staying strong while my team through this good life. Cause we done had a little sample of the good life. Studios and closed shows, you can superstars. Money flows straight through the door cause of who you are. The harder part of life was living, cause every single thing you asked for was given. I ain't tripping. Once I was told by this wise old man to take my time for as long as I can. Be in control.
And welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana, the Simon Spud Assembly Hall. This is Maestro, joined by his favorite power forward there, Rico, standing in at 7'11" and a half. And don't play yourself. Invite others to become a part of the show. We want to give a shout out to everybody from YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, MySpace, the New York Times business page, all the places that we want you to come in for. And listen, we have a signing bonus. If you think you have the brains, come on, be a coach. And we have 5,000 EMs waiting for you. And if you think you got the game, come on, be a player. By the way, if you refer a coach, you know somebody who always talks crap about the game, make him be a coach, you get 5,000 EMs too. We at SimWorld would pay you to hang out with us because we're good like that.
Don't use it all in one place.
Don't use it all in one place. And I always holler at your boy Maestro. I know the best place to be. So let's go back to that timeout there, Rico. If you are Wisconsin, if you're a coach and you're looking your teammates you're looking your team in the eye, Coach Gar, looking his teams in the eye, what do you think he told them in the break?
Yeah, so we talked about Wisconsin. I just think that the bottom line is that they didn't come to play today. I think that you're seeing just 4 rotations. This is the 3rd time that we saw Mr. McLaughlin hit that corner jump shot. It's just continuing to make the same mistakes over and over again. So the attention to detail just hasn't been there.
Moving to the paint again, iron on time for Wisconsin. They have been cold as ice today. I tell you, it's like going to Easter Sunday and nobody wore white. They did not figure out what they can do right. And again, once again, a good chance for an opportunity for a steal, but what? Last touch by Wisconsin, Indiana ball side out.
Everything seems to be going in Indiana's favor right now.
But home cooking, huh?
Home cooking, and they just came out and they rocking it.
And I guess it's not home cooking if you're just taking it. Because I don't even think Wisconsin brought a plate. Here, Antonio Reese once again. That mid-range game has been there for Indiana all day. They played that so smart. Giving what Wisconsin, taking what Wisconsin is giving them. Wisconsin with only 12 points almost halfway through. the first half of the game here. I almost said first quarter. Sorry about that, guys. And finally, they cracked 14. Very much, very well, incredibly needed. Juan McDougal III there finally getting some points. But just they're going to need a lot more and a lot more lots more.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just like you're talking about. I think that the possessions really have been dominated by Indiana. We continue to talk about how they just dominated rebounds. And so at some point, Wisconsin has got to get in there. They've got to get more possessions because the game's going to get a lot more shorter as time continues on.
Reese put his man on rollerblades there, had a chalk outline on the floor, but wasn't able to finish. The guy got resuscitated in EMS because he didn't make the shot. But once again, bad ball handling. Indiana would still push the ball back up. Top of the arch to get a passing into through traffic, spacing for Indiana. Oh, hands on the ball again, but this time it pays off. Wisconsin's able to get a steal, breakaway, 2-on-2 game, press it in. I don't think that's the shot the coach wanted, but Wisconsin gets a rebound, push it back out. Attempting to reset the offense here.
Should have converted that one, but it's good that they went ahead and reset the offense. That's a tough shot right there. But Wisconsin, they got to get it going.
It was a tough shot, throw on the line, a two, but still something that they needed. And Indiana, feeling to shift the momentum, calling a timeout. We will stay right here. Again, okay, so now you're Indiana. You just got through calling a timeout, Rico. Oh, by the way, before we get to that question, tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as is the entire world, only on SimWorld Hoop, only on SimWorld TV. You know we got the game for you, Texas Tech at Oklahoma State. That's going to be a game where I think they're going to have to bring action in that game. Both of those teams like it up and down the floor. Really, really hard and heavy. Rico, who are you thinking about for that game tonight?
Man, can I take Texas Tech? I'm taking it.
Yeah, you can. It's a free country.
I'm taking it.
And just because it's almost Wednesday and almost 420 day where we celebrate Rick Blaze, I'm going to take Wednesday. So here we go. We're coming up to the timeout. You're Indiana. Now you're Coach Mike Woodson now. So what are you saying to your guys right now trying to stop that momentum that Wisconsin's trying to find?
I would just say that we got to continue to be ourselves, continue to bring the level of physicality and get to the boards, and then also to continue to play our offense with purpose. I think that's probably the biggest difference. Indiana, you see them making the 1-2 pass, and it's a basket. I think that they're playing with a lot of purpose in the offensive game.
And again, that's hard, right? I'm going to call them kids. I know they're almost adults or whatever, but what a move in the paint there. What a finish by Robert McGee there. The up and under kind of sliding, moving flip finger, almost not quite a sky hook, but I'm going to call it something else uglier later. Great move, way to get the 30 to 16. Indiana's almost doubling up Wisconsin. And the defense is here to stay. Arlen Kahn first to block, and then the rim said no. McGee gets the rebound, puts the ball up. Indiana once again pressing the offensive side of the floor, getting there early. If they have the opportunity to get to the rim, they are. If not, they're doing exactly what they're doing right now. It's pulling out, spreading out that offense, looking for the outside end game. And McGee says, look, I just got in, but I got stuff to do. Misses on the little bunny in the middle. But he does get back on defense. Wisconsin needs to find a way. Long three coming, and it's good. Wisconsin is going to need a lot more of that to bring themselves back into this particular game here today. As you said, it doesn't look like they've come to play early trap at the top, but Indiana does what? Move the ball, and once again, what has happened, Rico? Wisconsin left the baseline undefended, and lucky for them, the bunny was missed.
Yeah, and I mean, even with that miss, you see that it's 1-2 passes and it's a good shot at the rim. So even if they're misses, they're great misses. They're giving you a good chance to rebound those. And you like those versus taking a deep, contested three-point shot. So again, the deliberate type of passing that you're seeing from Indiana is something that Wisconsin needs to do.
And Wisconsin will need to fix it here. Oh, what a pass underneath, but defense saves the day. Great hands on the ball, great pickup, push back up. Wisconsin is remaining deliberate in their offense. They must, felonization going on. A steal went to bring up the court, and the Austin. There's court taps on top of the rim there, Rico. Nobody can see them. I guess they need to move farther away from the basket. They're being too close.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was some terrific defense without fouling. They tried to use the rim to kind of protect him from the defender, but wasn't able to pull him.
Last night, I happened to call a game where there were almost 38 shots missed between the 2 and 3 foot range. I'm starting to feel it's me. Like I'm smelling myself here, making sure that's not my deodorant or cologne if I put on any this month. I can't remember. But my goodness, I don't know what's going on, Rico.
Yeah, I mean, the close shots, you're starting to see that Indiana's missing them here this part of the half. But, it just comes down to focus. I think that, that's the thing about it. They're going so fast at this pace. And there's stuff, sometimes you get out of focus, and I think that that's the bottom line when you're talking about these easy baskets that you should be doing.
So question, Rico, since you brought it up here as we get back to the pace of play, move inside, great finish. Boom, quick, two strong points there. Shea Winterton saying, listen, I got this done, boo. And timeout by the Wisconsin Badgers, as it were, as we pull in. And we will be right back after this timeout. You're looking at SimWorld TV, Big Ten Basketball.
And it's time to see the game be the game.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Look who's over there. He's walking.
So, what have I missed?
And welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana, the Simon Show Assembly Hall. This is Maestro, joined by his partner, 9'14" tall, Rico. Rico, what are you talking about in this timeout right now? If you're Wisconsin, trying to figure out what you need to do.
Yeah, I think that it just comes down to being more purposeful. I think that you're seeing just a lot of just the passing, but they're not passing with the purpose. They're not getting to the positions on the floor to get up some good shot attempts. Everything has to just change there. And I think defensively, when it comes down to tightening up on that end, you got to be saying that we got to make sure that we're getting up rotations. And even if they're going to make shots, we at least have to contest. I think that there's several times where we're seeing that in this constant average. They're not even contesting shots. They're not even in the picture.
Yeah, that can be a problem. So looking at the leading scores here, Mackenzie Mbako has 13. The closest person to him has 6, including the leading scorer for the leading scorer for Wisconsin, Donovan Berg-Culver, has 6 So Mackenzie Mbaku is doubling up on every single body else. Definitely made himself a one-man show here today, putting his stamp on the game early, doing just what he needs to do for Indiana to have this. I'm going to say the D word, so I apologize here to everybody, the dominating lead that they have right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it seems like he's shooting like warm-up jumpers too. Like I said, if you go back and you look at the highlights, there's not a whole bunch of contest.
Right. And again, we see Indiana once again, what did they do? Limit the possession, limit the time of possession, limit the effectiveness of the possession for Wisconsin, and push up reaching foul on Finier. His first personal foul, I believe. I'm lost track of the team fouls here. Still early though in the number for them. Wisconsin needs to take advantage. They have 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this half. And I know Rico, I'm leaning on you a lot with this particular thing because I'm trying to get your view as in a game like this where it just seems like you can't. It seems like Wisconsin cannot seem to get their feet on the ground. We know that they're a deliberate team. As we've seen with this offensive set, press, move to the bucket, but the lack of spacing crowds them up underneath the paint, kick out to the arch extended, then resetting the offense. Good off-ball movement as we're finally starting to see activity once again, press to the paint, but it becomes a 3-on-1 and you lose. Don't bring no juice to a gin party, as my brother would say. And Indiana brings the ball right back up the floor again into the paint. B.J. Jones is dribble ball around, kick out to Telgan Finner. Mbaku, bomber that go that man again. The long three, and it is good. He is making everybody know who he is today.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that was a poor defensive set because even if he's coming off the downstream, you got to be a bit more attached to him, knowing that he's really essentially been the offense for Indiana today. So just poor details for Wisconsin.
And it's all about the details. When they trap and leave the backside open, they're not rotating is good enough. And Mbaku's been killing them all day. Finally, 2 points that made in the 2-point line. I think we should grab that ball and send it to the Naismith Hall of Fame. That's one of the first 2-footers we've seen made today, Rico. I want to celebrate it. I'm sorry, too soon?
No, not too soon at all. You should. I was just going to say something there because, yeah, I mean, finally you see some effort inside from Wisconsin and they're attempting something closer to the rim.
And it tells you who's been in the weight room. I'm just going to get this out the way. If you don't think the weight room is important, you learn it at this level of basketball. Big Ten, great midi shot finally needed there by Richmond. Coming in providing some offense for Wisconsin. But you know who's been working in the weight room when you see those buckets being scored down there because guess what? I just outlifted you with you. Reaching foul again on Harville. His second personal foul. At least he's trying to be aggressive for the ball. I get that. He's trying to bring Wisconsin back in. Starting with defense, we know they need to do that. However, Wisconsin needs to be a little bit more smart about it. The game is not out of reach, as my booth partner has mentioned earlier, but man, it can get there fast if they start playing wrong.
Yeah, and you talked about the physicality, and that is one of the things that we're seeing from Indiana. There's a lot of wipes at the ball. They're kind of getting them loose and things like that. You can just tell that the physicality is definitely in Indiana's favor right now.
And Richard Manchester with another good mid-range shot there. Again, he's been the most consistent scorer already. Now look at that. Oh, the give up with the finger roll there at the end. I thought he was going to finish strong at the rim. One of the few bad offensive possessions we've seen Indiana have today. Not being comfortable and not being prepared for their shot. And Wisconsin, the long three, iron unkind, rebound, pushing the ball up. Once again, Indiana with their move. They will push up. Look, and what a pass. Downside, kick the ball out again, resetting the offense there. Shot, Winterton kicking the ball over. Again, pass down low. Oh, 2-footer miss. We're back to our regular basketball game, Rico.
Yeah, I know. It was great action, though.
Yes, it was. Those are the things that will come back and haunt you. You can live with an 18-footer being missed, but a 2-footer being missed, the kind of thing that makes coaches want to put dents in the hotel room wall. Indiana reset strongly. Mbaku with the circuit shot, and it is good. He is playing his game today. Rico, I'm telling you, that man said, listen, I got this, y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, and that right there comes down to just being an elite player because that was actually some pretty good defense. But in order for him to make that shot, the way that he had to kind of reverse and hit that off the glass. That was special.
What does he do? Hey, give me that. That's mine ball. I apologize. That's Shai Winston with the great defense. Or was that M'Baku? I apologize. I might have missed that number. I had to get my spotter to help me out with that. But they just basically took the possession away from Wisconsin and said, we're not done yet. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Wisconsin pushes the ball back up the court and again, sloppy ball handling there by Wisconsin. We've seen that across the table. 2-0, great pass in the middle, but not pay off. Good hands. Once again, another turnover. That's my fourth turnover in a row. With now finally a finish. Great pass and great dunk by Keontae Dior. Finally, we have some scoring after a bunch of turnovers and or steals. Count it how you want to count it. Depends on who you're rooting for, I guess, right, Rico?
Wisconsin, literally, I mean, they look terrible on the offense. Just terrible. I mean, the fact that they can't even hold on to the basketball to even get into a set, the coaches really got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And we know that's coming. 35 seconds left to go in the half. Indiana slowing the ball down. That deliberate offense. They're doing an offset, strong leverage position. Kick on the other side. Mama, they go that man again and block with the long three. Iron on time. Wisconsin puts the ball back up. 22 seconds left to go. Are they going to get sent to the offense a lot faster? They're going to hope for the last shot.
Let's see what Wisconsin does here.
Wisconsin appears though they're going to hope for the last shot. Resetting deliberately, taking the air out the ball. Understanding now they're going to the move with 6 seconds left to go. In the half, 3 seconds left to go. Mid-range shot up, and it is good. 27-43. Indiana still in the lead, and now it is halftime. Rico, we've seen some action. We've seen some non-action. We've seen something like the pass for action. If you are walking into the locker room right now, you become each one of the coaches, put on each hat. Tell us, what have you seen and what do you think they need to do in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Indiana's coach, I'm continuing to go to M'Baku. I think that he's done a terrific job off of down screens. I think he's done a terrific job of just making the right decisions. And so I want to put the basketball in his hands some more to really take us home. And then I think with Wisconsin, I think just collectively, this team has got to focus. And I think that it starts on the defensive end. It starts making the rotations. It starts with making the effort defensively and contesting. And then offensively, I think that you start to figure that out because I think the energy starts to sway a bit better. And they've got to be stronger. I mean, they've got to be mentally and more physically stronger here in the second half.
If they're going to find a way, we'll come back in the second half. I'm Maestro. He's Rico. We'll see you in the second half of Indiana, Wisconsin here in Bloomington, Indiana.
My name is Jasmine Wesley, and I recently joined SimWorld Hoops. If you love hoops as much as you love art, you've got to check out SimWorld Hoops at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It is the ultimate virtual basketball experience. It's not like a regular game. It's like stepping into your own world. Whether you play or you're just a fan, it's time to see the game, be the game. Don't forget to check me out on social media at It's Jasmine Wesley.
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, tengo amores esperando mi regreso. Estoy cansada de decirles que lo siento, en mi futuro ustedes no los veo. Ya me acostumbré a estar sola. I found happiness en el mar y las olas. I refuse to settle. Even if it meant that I'd be alone forever. Pero tú me enseñaste que el sexo no debe ser la única pasión en una relación, que soy linda con make-up on también, natural como soy, como soy. Me enseñaste que los sentimientos que se siente uno al otro pueden ser mutuos. Me enseñaste que el amor debe sentirse como el amor.
And welcome back to the Simon's Yard Assembly Center here in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm Maestro, joined in the booth by my partner, 13 feet, 97 and 4.5 inches, Rico, and also by a SimWorld production team who got out early here today to give you Big Ten basketball on SimWorld TV. Wisconsin down 27-43 to Indiana. Rico, what are we looking at right now? What are we seeing that's letting you know that there was something said at halftime to change how these teams are approaching the game?
Well, I'll tell you, that was a good start from Wisconsin. They didn't lose the basketball, and then that was a great open shot right there. So let's see if they can now get a defensive stop here. And there it is.
And they did. They must have heard you as Wisconsin pushes the ball back up the floor. They're only down by 13. The game is nowhere near being out of point. And guess what? I guess his toe was on the line. No magic threes here. 2-point shot as we see Wisconsin putting themselves back into the game. To get you caught up on the stats, everybody, McKenzie and Bach was leading everyone with 18 points already for Indiana. On the other side, Wisconsin is being led by Donovan Bird-Culver with 13 points, 10 rebounds. Wisconsin with Jamario Crown-Widener, and the top rebound person for Indiana is Shai Winterton with 6. So there's activity around the ball. It's just not in the favor of Wisconsin, only shooting 37% against Indiana's 51%, and that is definitely a recipe for disaster if you want to win a game.
Well, Maestro, I was going to say that this has been 3 great possessions from Wisconsin, now 4 great possessions. This is a totally different team right now in the second half. It's a totally different team.
Like it. They must have heard you, Rico. I guess so. When you're 27 feet tall, people are going to listen to what you got to say.
Oh, that was a great shot, though.
That's a great shot. Iron unkind, always on the long rebound. You have to be there prepared for the three. McKenzie Brockwood brings the ball up the floor as the offense resets. Oh, move to the basket. Not the hoop. Not the hoop, but definitely the harm there. We see Wisconsin have strapped it on there to get their defensive game to another level, because we know both of these teams feed their offense off their defense. Now going to the line here, Keontae Dior.
I like it. I like the defense right there, and I like the fact that they're giving a foul. Because here's the deal, you're not going to be able to use them when you go home, so you might as well utilize them here in the game. And that's exactly what happens. You get a missed shot, just like that, you're right back into the game if you can go down and convert now on the offensive possession. So I think that was terrific use of the foul there.
And to speak rude about it, it's a good person to foul. You're only shooting 41, barely 42% there on the season. So it's somebody that gives you an opportunity to get misses with the clock stopped.
Absolutely, and then, it gives you a chance, too, to reset your defense. It's almost like a timeout.
Yes.
You go to the free throw line.
Reaching foul by Keontae Dior. I think his free throw shooting got into his head. It just put up on the defensive spot on the floor. And unlikely reach-in foul when Wisconsin was struggling with spacing. You bail them out. You get them a favor. They were too close. They couldn't seem to get any room. And giving that foul gave them a chance to totally reset their offense. And I'm sure Coach Woods is going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, because I think at this point you did have them stop. The spacing was not good. And then it looks like Indiana was able to get it right back. That was a great steal. Another good defense.
Can't have defense and maybe offense there. Keontae Dior redeemed himself with that steal. However, it did not turn into the score they needed. Wisconsin back up. Once again, the iron unkind. I promised the production crew I would stop saying that because goodness knows I've been saying it a lot today with all the missed shots there within the 6-foot range of the goal. Maybe they should move backwards, Rico. Just asking for a friend.
And you know what? That last miss for Wisconsin, I think he had one more pass inside to make it a bit more closer for himself instead of taking that. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, he literally spun right back into the defense. That was just a terrible move.
What did I tell you? His mind was made up on his move before he went. I'm sorry I'm being color guy too. But his mind was made up before he went in there. And M'Baku makes them pay with the shot on the other end. Once again, bad possession turns into a good possession for the other team. You can't have it that way. And Wisconsin, hopefully not falling back into old habits, but I believe, hopefully the pixie dust hasn't run out on them, Rico, but it's just going to look like for Wisconsin in the first half.
Yeah, that was terrible as well. Looking for the lob pass, and it just, that was nowhere near where he needed to go with that.
A timeout by the Badgers. They're getting badged, and we're going to come right back after this timeout here in Bloomington, Indiana.
Yale's here with SimWorld Sports, where we're providing the most immersive virtual sports experience found anywhere out there. If you got the brain, come be a coach. If you got the game, come be a player. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game.
فايز اعمل لك معايا سندوتش جبنه.
Just you know why you and
باندا ما يتقلهاش لا.
And welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana. SimWorld Big Ten basketball on SimWorld TV. I am Maestro, joined by my partner, 37.5 feet tall, Rico, and we want to give a shout out to everybody. Thank you for watching the show today. Jay Medoria doing what he do. We got Cam in the house, and Javarion Hillington, the longest name in SimWorld Prep, and I love it down for it. You guys know what to do. Go and get your shout outs in the chat, because we're gonna shout you out too. Who else we got hanging out? We got Red Bud in the house. Who else we got? Come on, talk to me. Jordan, Scott, we feel you in there, man. Do what you gotta do, say what you gotta say. And did I say Javarion Hillington already? I just wanted to say it again. That's all it is. Y'all know what the deal is. Call at your boy, holler at us, and we'll get you a shout out the next time we get a chance. I did not say, you know what. So go Rico. So I know poor Rico said, like, how did I get this assignment? So Rico, here we go. 16 points down, 15 minutes left to go. Not that it's undoable, but it's kind of improbable, right? The way Wisconsin scores. Do they need to step out of character already?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, was it spring break? Because I feel like that's what it is with Wisconsin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on, man, because they just haven't been connected in this game today at all. You know, just on either end of the floor. So they just seriously got to focus and lock in.
Well, it's one thing to focus. It's another thing to lock in. But if you're not focused on nothing, you can't lock in on nothing. And oh, by the way, there's a thing. I know they just started a couple of years ago, but you actually have to make the shot to get the points. I don't know if they know that yet. But so I mean, it's a brand new rule. I don't know if it's gonna stick, but they just haven't been quite doing that today. So it's been shooting less than 40% from the floor, and that's one of your best looking shots of the day. A deep three that you know was a complete accident because he was just by himself. I hate to be rude like that, but that's what's going on. And guess what? The Badgers realize it too, calling a timeout right here. We're gonna stay right here, and we're gonna see who gave us something to shout out in the chat. But first, we're gonna talk about what Thursday, April 17th. Look who we got going on. We got San Diego State versus. Oh my goodness, what I got going on the other side there? My screen just went blank.
The Running Rebels.
The Running Rebels. There you go. Thank you. Good save on that. Oh, and now my screen is back. It's all good.
The Rebels.
So Rico, who you got? And now I'm gonna talk every game because Marsh, you gotta put money down on them. So who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with San Diego here. I think that's the team to really look for.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think over the Running Rebels. I do.
Y'all heard it here first. My boot partner, 42.5 feet tall, just picked the San Diego. I'm sorry. I mean, how's he fitting into the boot? I mean, he's getting taller and taller. He is growing on the spot. It must be those green beans he took, Jack and the Beanstalk. So here, back to our game. Back to our game, Rico. Wisconsin. They feel like they're a little out of control right now.
Yeah.
They like a little out of control, and they're trying to find a way to stabilize themselves. We've already made the comment, and maybe we said it too much, that they don't have the offensive acumen to pull themselves back in the game as quickly as other teams might. So if you know you do not have that, again, I ask you, as the coach, as you look at them, as Coach Gar looks at them, what can he do?
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough situation because when you think about it, it's almost like you can only coach so many things, but at some point your players have got to take control because it just seems like they're just not executing on either end of the floor, and they're just not locked in. They're blowing multiple assignments on the defensive end, and I think some of their offensive sets have really looked terrible because you talk about it with the spacing, and they're just not being strong enough with the ball. It's just silly turnovers. And so I don't know what you can say at this point. I mean, he's probably going to go through all his timeouts probably yelling at everybody, and at some point he's just going to say, look, at some point you guys got to play basketball.
By the way, while you were saying the word silly, I was getting yelled at by the truck saying, they got to make shots. They got to score. They can score. And finally, we get two. Let's get that ball into the Naismith Hall of Fame. That was Wisconsin's first two, I think, in 3.5 days. So it shows you that they're still in the game, which is good. I'm sorry, that was kind of cool, ain't it? They're only down, I almost said 41 points. They're only down, well, now 13 points. They're really not that far down. It's very simply the fact, Rico, that they do not have the offensive ability to close the gap any faster. And oh, by the way, taking a long time to get into your offensive sets does not help either.
And the thing is, with this game, it seems like they're down 30, and that's what it feels like in the arena. It feels like that they're down 30, and I just think that Wisconsin is just going to have to turn it on a lot here in the last 10 minutes, and I just don't see those type of signs from this team.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's not just the numbers about defense in sort of player. Big bank takes small bank, as they say in the hood. That was a great idea for Brian Wilder at 5'9" to go up. But when you go up against somebody who's 6'9", that might be a problem, as they say.
Yeah.
But listen, I like the fact that he did it. No shame.
And you know what? Honestly, maybe if he would have angled himself a little bit better, maybe he would have had to go through the rim to get to it. But I still do like the effort, and that effort actually, that's the difference between this team and Wisconsin.
He did it again. I love it, Brian, my dude. Keep bringing the funk. I love it, but you better make some of them though, because Cook can pull you out.
Hey, but you know what? That's been the mindset of Indiana, I think, this entire afternoon. They've just been the aggressor on both ends of the floor.
Do that, and he gets a reach-in foul. He's getting a stink eye now from the bench. You just had 2 possessions where you took on a bigger guy and lost, and you get a reach-in foul there. Yep, come and sit down, son. Come and sit down. I mean, let's eat some popcorn together and kind of pay attention to what's going on. Wisconsin gets an opportunity to reset here. Pass in, down into the post. Shot's not there. Again, moving in traffic. And another sloppy possession. To use Rico's phrase, silly turnover.
He almost gave it an and one, too.
Oh, my goodness. There you go. Get him, coach. I'm sorry. As Antonio Reese goes to the line, 11 minutes left to go. Again, numbers say more than what they say, right, Rico? And the idea of even though you're only down by 13, and it feels like it's more about you and how you're playing than necessarily who you're playing against versus what you're able to effectuate on the floor. And when a 13-point lead feels like a 20 or 25-point lead, that means you're not doing what you need to be doing.
And I was going to say, and you just really, to say it simply, Wisconsin actually has beat themselves. I will give Indiana a lot of credit, in all seriousness, but Wisconsin has beat themselves with the turnovers, just the poor spacing, and just the defensive effort. Like, they just didn't even show up. Half of winning in anything is showing up, and they just haven't showed up today.
And the Big Ten is a conference, as you look at it from top to bottom. Yes, it's a physical conference. Yes, you have a couple of teams that run set offense, pressure defense off of that. But for the most part, you see in the Big Ten, we see teams that are defensive-minded, that moves into their offensive structures, right? So when you know that you're in that type of conference, you also have to sometimes play for the larger game, right, if you're going to be on the national stage. When you cannot handle yourself, what a great no-look pass, and is that a finish? No, it's quite not. Antonio Reese received a great no-look pass from Tegan Fanner and was not able to finish, but he did get the foul.
Go ahead. To be honest with you, Maestro, I think that's why I lean towards defensive-minded teams when you get into the tournament, because the game, it gets intense, it slows down, the possessions become a premium, and so defensively, I think if you can impose your will, then I think if you've been doing some stuff during the season where you feel good enough with being able to win multiple ways on the offensive end of the floor, I think in Hoopsteria, SWBA, I think that those teams are the teams that you really favor as far as going deep and possibly winning a championship.
As long as they score, right?
As long as you can score, because the game is going to slow down, but if you can get people in many different ways, then, I think even if the game is a low-scoring game, you still have the advantage.
Right. And low scoring still implies the idea of scoring. Finally, I believe that was, I guess, throwing the line again, deep two.
Yep, deep two.
Moving forward again. Antonio Reese with the mid-range shot. Okay, I almost said it. I didn't say it. I can keep that quarter. Put that quarter in the jar. But going back to that corner again, that's 2 in a row from the corner. I'm getting my spot to tell me who that was. I missed the jersey number, and the Badgers realizing they have something going here. Coach is calling a timeout. We will take a quick break and be right back after this timeout here in Bloomington, Indiana. Indiana up 55, Wisconsin 45.
We were at the party last night. See Tom and Jen. We're so cute together. We're even wearing matching sneakers. Sorry.
It's no problem.
看上来真的好帅啊！气味很可爱哎。哎呀，你不要这样子啦！干嘛呢你？
那你让他看你的内裤吧。
哼，也许啊。
真的吗？
Welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana. Indiana with a 10-point lead, 9 minutes, 51 seconds left to go in the game. I am going to reach out to you, my hoop mate that is 57 feet tall. Who is your impact player of the game?
It's probably going to be Mr. Lowry himself. I just think that, look, he was terrific for Indiana today. And I just think that his ability to score the basketball at all three levels today and really kind of just distribute it, that was it for me. So, yeah, I'm going to go with M'Baku. I think he was the guy.
For the record, I did not influence him. I was told by the booth that I should be not maestro, but be more professional stro. Because I was going to say who's your impact player of the game and why is it Mackenzie M'Baku, but I didn't say that. Because I'm smooth.
It was him. It was him. He was
10-point game, 9 minutes left. Foul going to the line for Indiana. Listen, we've been talking about how this game appears and feels like a beatdown as we see Brian Wilder go to the line. We're talking about how this game appears and feels like it's a beatdown, but it's still only a 10-point game with just over 9 minutes left to go in the game. It is not completely out of control yet.
It's not over. But I just think that if Wisconsin is going to turn the page, they would have to put together a brilliant 5-6 minute stretch. I think that that's what it's going to have to take. But the unfortunate in this game is that I don't know if they've been able to play maybe 2 or 3 good minutes. And so that's going to be tough for this team.
So, question here: Brian Weiler at the line at rocking a 5'9". I think it's 5'9" in the tennis shoes while he's wearing a cowboy hat. How do you feel about what does that say about a player like that? Ooh, is that a charge into the no charging? Oh, I got to dance over Rico. I'm still gonna dance on the charge. Charge would be a stat. It's like every other stat didn't get realized until the 1980s. I freaked out the entire SimWorld TV crew when I taught them that before the charge is still not clear to be a stat. If I'm elected president, I will go back and watch every game and make sure every charge gets the NBA reference. Anyway, back to you. Being a player 5'9", that tough. And what does that make you think of? Does it say something about the program? Does it say something about the player, that a player with that vertical challenge able to succeed at this level of basketball?
Yeah, I think it says a lot about a player. I think about, I believe he used to play for Ohio State, Stewie Penn back in the day. Smaller player, yeah. And so I think about that type of toughness. Isaiah Thomas used to be the SWBA MVP, I believe, or no, he wasn't the MVP, he was in the running. But anyway, I think about those smaller players that dominate, and so that's I think a testament to who he is as a player.
Absolutely, and don't get Spud Webb. And now we have an 8-point game there. Rico, Wisconsin finding a way to kind of claw their way back into it. It's kind of like death by 1,000 pencils, but we're getting there. And Indiana with the ball. And who is that guy again? There he is, M'Baku, saying, you know what? I'm going to put the lid right back on the jar.
It's got to be nice that if you got a Porsche, you can just drive your Porsche. I'm telling you.
You know.
This is nice that you can just drive your Porsche whenever you want to drive your Porsche, man.
Oh, this caller reaching, calling M'Baku. I did not see that. I'm going to ask for help from our booth, as well as you, Rico. Did you see a reaching call there by M'Baku?
Well, I'll tell you what, if that was a reach-in foul, then probably the other steals were reach-in fouls too.
Good point.
Seems like what the rest of the game has looked like to me.
Great point. Sometimes I guess it better be lucky than good. Wisconsin, 10-point lead, 7 minutes, 36 seconds left to go. And, oh my goodness gracious, it is now a 7-point game with the 3. Probably kept their size 14s off the line. And now we go. We have a game going here.
Let's see if Wisconsin can focus. I mean, that's really been the issue. They'll put together some moments, but they've just been an unfocused group like that.
There we go again, number 25. Oh! Coach Guard is losing his mind, and I am mad at him. Nice green hair with the V-neck in the second row is with us on that too. She see him losing his mind. I'm with you, girl. Hey. Yeah, you know what? We got to let them play sometimes. If you've been letting them play, you can't all of a sudden not let them play, right?
You got to. And that's why I was talking about when you asked me about the steal. I was like, I mean, not the steal, but the foul on the steal tip. Then it should have been a foul the entire, you know what I mean? So why are we changing the rules now?
Exactly. Oh, and M'Baku missed his both free throws. Wisconsin still only down by 7. 7 minutes left to go. Just what coaches want to do. You bring iron on time. Yeah, that's according to Job. Indiana pushing the ball back up again. Gets all out extended pass in. Too rush. Did not need to rush that, but did Wisconsin favor. Wisconsin bring the ball back up, bringing the ball back up the floor. Pressure inside. 4-on-1. Might want to pass. That was a good idea. Sorry, didn't mean to coach there from the lead chair. Another downtown 3, and it is good. Look at what we have. 4-point game. Rico. What's going on? And the Hoosiers needs to slow this down. We're going to take a second and slow this down and come and get right back at the break. Indiana 58, Wisconsin 54 here at SimWorld TV. Big Ten basketball.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
You come in here and mess up my home or get my head blown. Should've known better, homie. I got a one and only. Go by the name of Tony. And I know you heard her when she said, let me, so stop sweating me. You know that you ain't never ever getting me or get these keys, please. Situations fire like green cheese, believe me. When I say I'm never leaving. Got it. Happiness to hear. I got fire. Yeah, she do it. That's right. And it knows whatever it wants that I'm with it. And it knows the perfect place to come get it. And it knows that every woman should me.
And we are back in Indiana, a 4-point game. Indiana 58, Wisconsin 54. Wisconsin has clawed their way, the Badgers have clawed their way back into the game. Rico, what have you seen? Why are we at this particular point when it looked so helpless before?
I've seen a much more focused group. I think that we've seen those type of spurts, but it was just like, can Wisconsin seriously put together some good minutes? And they put together some great minutes. They're making the right passes, and I think that they're doing a great job as far as really executing off of what the Indiana defense is giving them. Like, that was still a good shot right there. Even though it was a miss, that was a great shot.
Yeah, obviously leaning on the three to get themselves back into it. I don't feel there's a need for that. And Indiana says, "This is how we do it." I'm sorry, I'm back. But I gotta give my boothmate credit on something. It's funny because the uniforms look like it too. He said the Wisconsin Badgers look like the Washington Generals that used to play the Harlem Globetrotters. And the uniforms do look like the Washington Generals too. So I thought that was brilliant of what he said. So I got to give my man credit. I'm not going to steal it from him. But listen to this crowd screaming defense. Don't you love this level of college basketball?
Yeah, absolutely. The defense, this is something that the Indiana Hoosiers are going to need, I think, to close this game out, because they've been a little lax on both ends of the floor, and so maybe this crowd can pick this team back up.
Rotating up the soft trap, and what you get 2 points, because for the first time, as you talked about the lapse on defense, they did not do the hard trap up top, soft trap, and they end up paying the price. Now we still have a 7-point game. Iron unkind for Indiana. Here comes Wisconsin right back up the floor. Yes, we know they've been looking for the 3 early. Are they going to do the same here, or are they going to make a move to the basket? Reset at the top of the arch.
Indiana's in man-to-man too.
Oh,
that's the story of the game right there.
Yes, it is. Oh, that's pass underneath. And that's the story of the game there too.
That is the story of the game right there. It just literally those 2 trips down the floor. That is the story of the game.
We've seen some selectively effective defense with some selectively bad decisions offense with some selectively, as my boothmate said, sloppy and silly possessions. So here we go here in terms of our fouls. Wisconsin is definitely on the short end of the stick when it comes to the fouls here. They have 9 fouls against, they're against Indiana's 6. So, but you have to convert the free throws, and Indiana has not done that. We have a 7-point game, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, and Wisconsin's going to lean on that 3, trying to. There's no such thing as a 7-point shot. They're leaning a little bit too heavy on, in my opinion, there, Rico. And I think they're putting themselves in a hole they don't need to put themselves in. They were doing well before. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're trying to play baseball. They're trying to go for the home run, and it doesn't exist here in basketball, unfortunately. So
yeah, and we have a timeout. The Honey Badgers realize that, and Even though the Honey Badgers don't care, we do. We'll see you right back after this break here in Bloomington, Indiana. Indiana up 6-6.
Yeah, you know the deal. You know it's your boy Maestro. Just giving you a chance to say, hook up with us here in SimWorld Hoops. Do your game. Think you got the brain, be the coach. Think you got the game, be the player. Want to hang out and just party and just get it done together and have some fun talking about ball? We can do that too. You know the deal. See the game, be the game.
And welcome back to Bloomington, Indiana. Maestro joined in the booth by my booth mate, 97.5 feet tall Rico. His legs are sticking up in the first seat on the TV. Rico, you had a thought about what was going on in Wisconsin. Please finish that thought for us, please.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've been talking about just the turnovers, and so Wisconsin 14 turnovers to Indiana's 4, right? So that's the story of the game, and you cannot beat yourself, and I think that's really what it's come down to with Wisconsin today.
And taken early in the shot clock, 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to go, 10-point game. Indiana is in the lead. What do we need to see other than, let's get the low-hanging fruit out the way. Wisconsin needs to make buckets. First not period. What else do they need to do, Rico, in order to capitalize on this opportunity that's been presented to them so late in the game?
We can't give up open shots like we just gave up there, and you got to also to get the rebounds. And now, you got to hold on to the rock as well, but look, you've got to get to a point where you're not just settling for the three, so I'd like to see a bit more of an early attack on the offensive end. And that was actually pretty good right there. That was good.
That's good move, and full court press inside,
yep.
full court three, and here we have a 7-point game, 2 minutes, 57 seconds left to go, and Indiana is doing what's expected there. Pulling the air out of the ball, they can play their natural game. We know Indiana likes to work deep into the possession, and they're doing so. Pass to foul line extended, back to the top of the arc, back to foul line mid-range. Oh, open man in the corner. Brian, go! Rebound, and not able to complete, but enough time goes off the clock to make it productive. Not an absolutely perfect possession, but a productive possession. Now, what does Indiana have to see? Oh, bad switch. The defense gains on the other end. Blocked by Shaw Winterton. Indiana back up the floor. And there we go. There's our guy. There goes Wilder. 5'9", taking it in, taking the contact, and loving every minute of it. Getting to the stripe.
Yeah, that was the great move right there, because he initially could have probably taken off some more time off the clock, but felt like he had a little bit of a step on his man, and it was a great move to draw the contact.
That's that instinct, right? You know, shooters want to shoot, players want to play, guys want to give in, and it's something that I said earlier, and we'll talk about this as he squares it. Oh! Did I miss? Was that considered a flagrant?
Oh. All the contact is happening in this game? Incredible.
Thank you. And I apologize to our viewers out there. Blame that on Maestro, not on Rico. Yeah, we call that a flagrant. Indiana gets the ball back. And a downtown three. And look at, was it a 3 or a 2? And look at what we have here. The lead extended back again to 11 with a minute 54 left to go in the game.
I think it was so casual because the crowd didn't even really respond to that. That was a wild call right there.
And I tell you, I know at my age I'm slow, but I swore I saw everybody lining up on the lane. He's by himself. I thought it might have been an alien abduction.
Oh, man.
Now Indiana's with a minute 30 left to go. 8-point lead. Playing their game, they can say to themselves, and playing their game means missing 3 foot. Not that close to the rim. Wisconsin pushes the ball up and converts a 2-point play in the charge circle. 6-point game. Rico, what do we got now? Talk to me.
But why was Wisconsin not doing this earlier? I mean, that was exactly what we wanted to see probably about 2 minutes ago.
A very serious question. Yeah, normally, and some of you would say that, normally I stay away from that, but this time with a minute left to go in the game, Wilder 3, I'm not going to say it, he missed. Wisconsin pushed the ball up, 6-point deficit, 3 from the corner, it is good! 48.7 seconds left to go. Rico, what are we seeing here? But not the pressure, they don't have the pressure after the next shot that Wisconsin brought before. They allowed Indiana to walk the ball up. And with 19 seconds left to go on the shot clock, Indiana picks the shot and they miss. Wisconsin playing right into their hands. Puts the ball right back up the floor.
He's got an open 3. He's got an open 3 if he swings the ball. Oh, my gosh.
When he takes the foul and going to the line with the shot clock up, either way it goes into Wisconsin's hands. Rico, I'm going to say it. You don't have to say it. I'll take the heat from it. We got ourselves a game, young man.
Unbelievable. I mean, I just could only laugh because it's just incredible the improbable finish here for Wisconsin Dallas.
This sloppy goes both ways, right? Let's be honest about it. Sloppy goes both ways. Oh, look at that. Game 22, 26 seconds left to go. This is playing, when you feel Indiana feeling the heat and the pressure of it, maybe getting a little tight. Wisconsin realizing they were out of games, taking a little bit more fear, could have been a combination of all those things to bring us to this particular point.
And that is a great question because I was going to ask you, I was like, is this more on what Wisconsin was doing or is this more on Indiana? Because just the way that Wisconsin has been inconsistent this game, it's improbable for them to even be in this position,
Yeah, and again, sending Indiana to the line is not a bad move. They have missed a bucket load of free throws this particular game, and that is one of the few shots you can actually control, and they have not controlled it for the good here today, and playing right into the hands of what Indiana won, 3-point game. as he speed lines up here. When you have this particular situation.
Oh no! I think Wisconsin is going to win this game. I think Wisconsin's going to win this game. But right there, he missed the free throw. It is just a possession game. I could see Wisconsin going down and just hitting the dagger.
When you have 14 free throws and you've only made 6. We're going to stay here right now with everybody. You have 14 free throws and you've only made 6. You started 16 free throws and you only made 7. That means you're shooting at him. You do my math real quick. Carry the 9, roll over the 3.5. That's not good. And that is not what you want to see happen on the floor right now. Indiana needs to do what right now to make sure that Wisconsin has a hard time scoring the ball, as they say in the adult leagues. What do they need to do right now, Rico?
Well, I was going to say, you know what they're going to have to do is what you're talking about Wisconsin, what they need to do in this next possession, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this next possession, what they're going to have to do is what's got them into the game, and I think they've done a great job as far as moving the basketball from side to side, and look for that corner three-point shot to be open in this next possession. I think you're drawing something up there. That is where Wisconsin has been able to hit the vast majority of their three-point shots.
Now you're Indiana. What do you need to do?
Indiana, what you have to do is, I think you almost have to go man-to-man, and I think that you have to play this straight up. You can't go zone, because I think that the zone has been really busted here lately with Wisconsin, and they go man, and let's see what happens.
They're going man. It seems as though Wisconsin is playing for either the last shot or the opportunistic shot. 9 seconds left to go. Giving that trap here, and now the offense kicks in the motion. Off trap at the top. Kick a little bit too late. Not coming up. Is it a 3? Oh! Dan over Indiana walks away with a 71-69 win. Rico, any last words for the fans?
Man, that was a tough possession for Wisconsin. They could have did better, but you got to give Indiana a lot of credit for getting this W today. So.
Absolutely. Want to thank our production crew, everybody hanging out with us here today. Indiana takes the game 71-69. Remember, SimWorld TV, we look forward to seeing you with our more games at SimWorld U. Only place we can see the game, be the game.
This has been a presentation